Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is Monday 3rd. I just messed that intro. Let me do that again. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is Monday, August 3rd, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about what we've seen this past weekend with the stimulus package and what we should expect this coming week. Now, we've seen a lot of different news with Republicans and Democrats not being able to come to an agreement. We pretty much cut out all the clutter, and you guys want to get to the point. Democrats, Republicans are pretty much doing this slap fight for the past entire weekend, still not coming to any real official agreement on what we should expect with the next stimulus package. All right, so for the past few hours, I've been doing a ton of research in order to just outline this video more properly so you guys have a better, easier idea of what to expect coming up. What I'm going to talk about in this video and really focus on is unemployment benefits from our federal government. That's that $600 boost that we have just ended recently this past Friday. We're also going to be talking about eviction moratoriums, and we're also going to be talking about liability protection for businesses. I know it's not the most interesting type of content that you might want to hear, but I'll make this very easy to understand, and I'll get you guys through the information on exactly what you need to know, cutting out all the fluff. Now, to begin this video, we're going to start with liability protection for businesses, and we're going to talk about executive orders that we're seeing President Trump talk more about in the past few days. The easiest way to explain liability protections is if I went to Chick-fil-A, if I went to Chipotle or McDonald's, I walk in there and the next day I come out infected with the virus. This means I cannot go out and legally sue any of those businesses because I went ahead and contracted the virus from them. This is straight up legal protection for these businesses, and there's a couple reasons why Republicans want this so bad. One argument that we have from the Democrats is that liability protections is just another excuse for Republicans to bring on the table in order to extend the negotiation process so it takes a lot longer for them to come to an agreement. But on the other hand, liability protection does offer a good amount of benefits if we're talking about trying to open up businesses in a safe manner. Liability protection is essential for businesses opening up safely and productively because they don't have to worry about customers coming in and suing them and putting the liability on them if anything goes wrong. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has really been emphasizing the importance of liability protection over this past weekend. He's even going out his way and saying that if liability protection is not included with the next package, then they are not going to budge on further negotiations. It's safe to say that pressure is definitely building, and we haven't really seen Democrats or Republicans budging on either side in order to come to that mutual agreement. Now, because Democrats and Republicans are still fighting and not able to come to a solidified agreement and not making huge monumental progress, although they claim they're having some of their most productive meetings, President Trump is actually stepping in and he's enacting his ability as president of the United States to use his executive order privileges. This would not be the first time President Trump used an executive order. If you check the website federalregister.gov, you'll actually be able to find all the previous executive orders that all of our presidents have had in the past. President Trump so far has enacted 169 executive orders. The most popular one that many people have probably heard about in the news is his ban on TikTok. So TikTok is another social media app that has been gaining a ton of popularity during COVID-19, and the Chinese government owns this. As you guys know, we have a lot of tension right now with the Chinese government. President Trump, whether it's for political reasons because of his stance with how he feels about China because of the current pandemic we're in, or whether or not he actually believes that we're losing out on billions and billions of dollars because of surveillance from other countries that have the data of the American people, he wants to ban this app, and through that, he has to use his executive order privileges in order for something like that to occur. Aside from TikTok, we've seen executive privileges used a lot in the past, especially during the beginning of his campaign when he was talking about building the wall separating the US from Mexico. It's not 100% clear how far executive orders actually go within the fine print of the Constitution, but here's what I actually found. The United States Constitution does not have a provision that explicitly permits the use of executive order. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 1 of the Constitution simply states, "The executive power shall be vested in a president of the United States of America." Sections 2 and 3 describe the various powers and duties of the president, including, quote, "He shall take care that the laws be faithfully executed," end quote. The U.S. Supreme Court has held that all executive orders from the President of the U.S. must be supported by the Constitution, whether from a clause granting specific power or by Congress delegating such to the executive branch. Specifically, such orders must be rooted in Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution or enacted by the Congress in statutes. Attempts to block such orders have been successful at times when such orders exceeded the authority of the president or could be better handled through legislation. Now, having a better idea of executive power and realizing that our president could actually enact this on many different things, like getting started on unemployment boost benefits and the eviction moratorium while Republicans and Democrats continue to fight, do you believe that President Trump could actually use his executive order privileges in order to get another stimulus package started? We know that he could use this privilege for many different aspects, and especially when our two parties cannot come to an agreement. If he really wanted to see another stimulus package passed, if he really wanted to see people get checks, do you believe because of the way the Constitution has executive privileges stated, do you believe as President of the United States, he would be able to get stimulus checks out to the people if he wanted to? Let me know down below your comments and your thoughts on that question. Now, as I continue, I want to talk more about the unemployment boost benefits and the eviction moratoriums because that seems to be some of the hot topics of the politicians to this day. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, our politicians are doing what they've been doing since the beginning. They've been pointing fingers at one another, saying that the reason why this is taking so long, the reason why they can't come to an agreement is because this or this and the other party won't budge. Right now, what we're having is that Democrats are still very firm on $600, and they've been firm on that for the past few months. Republicans are having a better idea for the future generation of our population, and they do not want to overstep and provide too much money to the people during this time. What I believe is our politicians just need to do a better job at taking responsibility and getting something passed. In my opinion, the smartest move right now would be to focus on getting some type of unemployment boost back to the people, whether it's a $600 amount or whether it's a $300 amount, which I frankly still believe is not enough to the people. We need to focus on one topic, get that passed, so we can go to the prime focus, which is really the overall stimulus package that we're going to need for the people for the remainder of the year. Here's the best analogy I can make. Right now, our politicians are dribbling the people like a freaking basketball. They're running around the court in circles, playing a game. The people are the basketball. The people are getting constant concussions from being dribbled up and down, and they're not even shooting their shots. Look, we're not expecting Republicans or Democrats to shoot a half-court shot. We're not even asking them to shoot a three-point shot. We're literally asking them to come up to the rim of the basketball and shoot a freaking layup. Our political leaders continue to let us down. They have not yet done anything. They say they're making progress within their meetings, but what have we seen? We still have not seen anything. We do not need a $3 trillion package. Frankly, we do not even need a $2 trillion package. We could get a couple $1 billion package as long as people get the support they need for the next few weeks or the coming months. At this point, I really don't know if our political leaders are doing this on purpose in order to extend the idea of seeing where we're going to be in the next few weeks with the data of cases. If they see a drastic improvement and they go, oh, maybe we don't need a stimulus package, was that their goal this entire time? Have they been dribbling us in order to come to that, in order for them to save money and not actually pass anything? I hope that's really not the case. I know Democrats are still very keen on getting some type of package. They are not as focused on the overall debt limit as Republicans are at the moment. But what I've noticed within our political parties is that, look, if they still want to get something passed, if they still want to make a layup, then just make a layup. Take away parts of the bill on both sides with the Heroes and the Heels Act that they do not need and come to an agreement. I really hope that throughout this coming week and for the month of August, we're going to be able to see something get passed. We technically still have until August 7th, or about 6 days from the time of this recording, in order for us to see something more solidified. I understand that there are members of Congress that have agreed to not go on vacation and to continue to work on this bill until something gets passed. But this is not bipartisan. This is not a unilateral agreement, meaning not everyone in Congress still continues to fully believe in that idea where they should sacrifice their vacation in order to save the people. If that's the case and they still cannot come to an agreement by August 7th, this is going to get pushed back for a very, very long time. So what I recommend to you guys is stay up to date with all the news for this week, because this is going to be one of the most important weeks that we have coming up. Thank you all so much again for tuning by another video. I hope you guys are able to find some type of value from this video. I'm sorry that we're still not hearing the best of news, but I'd want to be very realistic. I want this to be very easy to understand for many of the people out here, and I just hope that this video is able to help just one person out here get a better idea of what they should expect. Thank you all so much for tuning by another video. If you guys have not yet dropped a like on this video, don't forget to do that, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Peace out.